Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be watching another Kitchen Nightmares, going over to Fiesta Sunrise in West Nyack, New York.
Are you fucking stupid?
So today we get to see the first attempt of Gordon Ramsay saving a Mexican restaurant. Chef Ramsay tries to help a family-run Mexican eatery get back in business, but he encounters obstacles like unsanitary conditions, spoiled food, and cockroaches. Lots and lots of cockroaches.
This is not healthy.
The owners of Fiesta Sunrise are Vic and Yolanda Flores, and apparently they owned a previous Mexican restaurant that failed, and they wanted to start this one and they couldn't, so they asked Yolanda's daughter if they could use her credit and savings to open up this restaurant.
100% owner on paper, but my stepfather Vic controls everything.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool parents. The stepdaughter Patty thought this was going to be a good opportunity though, but then she learned from day one that this was going to be a disaster. She also says that the place was initially very busy, but it just got quieter and quieter and quieter as the days went on.
Is it normally this quiet?
And then apparently Yolanda has been talking about changing the menu, and Vic's like, no. People like the food here, let's not touch it. It stays how it is.
So I said, maybe we should make some changes. And he said, everything's fine.
And then they show us an example of this lady trying like soup or something. I don't know what the fuck she's eating. And the way she gulps is fucking hilarious. That really got me. She's just like... Fuck, that's hard to swallow. And we also learn, I guess, Vic decorates the restaurant however he wants to, hanging shit off the ceiling and just putting stuff wherever he pleases.
It looks like Tijuana threw up in here.
And then Vic also has a very cute stuffed chili pepper that he calls Manuel.
Make fun.
Unfortunately, though, we don't get, like, any more of that. I thought we'd get a fun scene of him, like, using Manuel as a mascot or something, but nope, didn't get that at all. And then Yolanda does end up mentioning, though, that she feels really bad about the situation she put Patty in, like, the stress she's adding onto her and just, like, the debt and everything in her life. She feels kind of bad about that.
I just feel very guilty that I put Patty in this position.
And then fucking Patty has the most awkward response to this in the diary room.
I resent my mother. I think she put her husband before me.
I completely agree, but I will say by the end of this episode, I think she, we get to see her decide whether it's hubby or daughter, I think we see that. And then now Gordon Ramsay arrives to Fiesta Sunrise.
What the fuck is that?
And of course, he's confused because he walks up and their big sign up front says Fiesta Sunrise, but when he walks up to the door, their awning says Grill 303. So he's like, what the fuck is happening here?
I thought it was too late. I thought it was the new restaurant already.
I love when he walks up to the place like that and like says some kind of shitty joke like that, and you can tell the owner has like no, he doesn't give one fuck. He has no response to it. He's just like, okay, you want to come over here?
Oh, well, we don't change the little logo in the front.
People say that every fucking day, Gordon, I get it. But we do learn that the awning and the sign out front, that's been like that for a year and a half. And they've been like, whatever, it works. People still come in, so who cares? And then strangely enough, I don't know if this is a normal thing in Mexican restaurants that I've just been missing out on, but they have complimentary tequila in the fucking lobby of this place. Fucking, they give Gordon Ramsay a shot, and you're not ready for what he says after he takes his shot.
Right, let's put some warmth on my balls. Okay.
It fucking cracked me up. I had to pause this, and I re-listened to that part like 6 times.
Right, let's put some warmth on my balls.
That'll put some warm on my balls. All right, let's move on. This place is capable of holding 120 seats. And how many people do you think are in the building right now?
2 tables.
But Gordon Ramsay asks Vic what does he recommend for Gordon Ramsay to eat here. And he recommends the combination 1, which ends up getting him a taco, a burrito, and 1 enchilada.
Yeah, I'll try one of the fajitas as well.
We cut to Yolanda, though, and she's like, oh, I hope Gordon Ramsay kicks the fucking shit out of him with this food review.
I'm hoping that Chef Ramsay kicks Vic's butt.
Yeah, let's just say that Yolanda really wants Vic to get what's coming to him. Ramsay does end up seeing a sticker on the menu, though, that it starts bugging him, and he peels it off, revealing that these are the menus from Yolanda and Vic's previous Mexican restaurant.
Looks like I've got a sticker on my menu.
So then Vic comes over, and they start talking about that. He tells Gordon Ramsay, like, oh yeah, this is our previous restaurant's menu, being like, oh yeah, it's the same chefs, the same menu, everything here is pretty much the same. We just got a new building. All this is new, so that works, right?
Same chef?
Same chef.
Same ingredients?
Same ingredients.
But this really starts confusing Gordon Ramsay, and he tries to get an answer as to like why they did that, what decisions led them here, and is basically just like, oh yeah, our other restaurant failed, so we're just like, hey daughter, can we have some money? Cool, let's open the same business. It just really makes no fucking sense, and I don't understand why they did this. They don't even really seem to understand why they did it. Gordon definitely doesn't understand why they did it. It's just confusing.
This is your combination, okay?
So they just move on, and Gordon Ramsay starts to try all the food now.
This is the burrito here.
Yeah.
It's hard to see that. It looks like someone's been sick on my plate.
He says that the chicken's real little dry though, and that it tastes like it was cooked a couple of weeks ago. And then the beef he can't even swallow.
It's impossible to swallow.
So then now he ends up getting some rice, and he's suspicious that this rice isn't fresh at all and was cooked weeks ago as well. Vic says it was just cooked yesterday, but Gordon Ramsay doesn't believe him, and he sends him into the kitchen to double check.
It looks older than fucking me.
And then we don't really get an answer there for the rice. We do kind of get it later on, but for right here, we move on.
Basically, they taste of shit.
Before he goes into the kitchen, though, Gordon Ramsay does find the secret to this place, though. He says, like, if you get really drunk here, then maybe you can enjoy the food.
Maybe that's the key when you come into Fiesta Sunrise. Get drunk and then enjoy the food.
But so now he ends up having them go over to the bar so they could have their little chat about everything.
You two pay for the business, and this man runs it.
And this is where Gordon learns that Patty had nothing to do with the old restaurant, so she's like really the only new thing here. You know, other than the building, I guess.
Did you have anything to do with the old business?
I didn't.
No.
We learn here too that the Fiesta Sunrise needs 22 grand a week to break even.
We do a third of that.
They're also in debt $850,000, and they've only been open for 18 months.
What in the fuck have you been doing?
Yeah, what the fuck, Vic? What are you doing in this place? $850,000 in 18 months?
Are you fucking stupid?
There's gotta be some hookers involved. Gordon leaves, he just needs to gather his thoughts, and on his way out, he says it's everyone's fault in the family, not just Vic's. But maybe, you know, mostly Vic.
Personally, they're all to fucking blame.
So then it's the next day, and Gordon Ramsay heads into the kitchen just to see what's wrong with the place. I don't know if he expected this much to be wrong. Holy shit.
Wow, look at the size of this kitchen. It's huge.
So then now Gordon brings out buckets and buckets and buckets of rice, and supposedly they made it yesterday.
Where's that one from?
Yesterday.
And then I'm not sure what kind of meat this was. I think it was chicken, but I'm really not sure. He pulls out this meat.
When were these done?
He says it was yesterday, then he asks the chef, and the chef says it was Friday. Every single time they get asked something, it was Friday. No matter what day of the week it is, it was Friday that it happened.
Of course they're from last week. They don't look like they're from fucking lunchtime, do they?
There's like 7 times in this episode where Gordon Ramsay's like, if you say Friday one more fucking time, I swear to God. He even threatens to burn a dude, I think, at one point.
If he fucking tells me Friday one more time, I'll boil him.
And then now customer ends up sending back their chips because they taste like cardboard, according to her.
These chips taste like cardboard.
And then when they get brought back into the kitchen, Gordon Ramsay sees the guy fucking pour them into a drawer. He was like, oh my God, the guy touched one fry. That's all, you know, just one.
They come back from the table and you put them back into the drawer.
He touched one.
He said he touched one.
And then it's not even surprising anymore. Gordon Ramsay goes back into the kitchen in the refrigerator, and he ends up finding 5-month-old chives in the kitchen as well.
I found them in the fucking fridge. Smell them.
Now Gordon finds their bucket of fish, and oh my fucking God, is it disgusting.
That's the fish you're using. Oh, fuck me.
And then Gordon brings Patty back there, and they're both playing with it. It's just like sticky and gross in between their fingers. They're saying the fish are crispy and fried and solidified. It's just fucking gross. I hate that. And he's just playing with it, gooing in between his fingers. Ugh.
When's all this from?
Friday. He took it out Friday.
And then Gordon finds a ton of meat wrapped in tin foil. It's like steaks and pork chops and just a whole bunch of shit in there. Blood all over the place. He's pouring it out. It just gets grosser and grosser in this kitchen. And also, according to Vic, all this was yesterday as well. All this meat came from yesterday.
Yesterday. Look how green and slimy it is. That's from Friday.
Here's another part where it's just going through his fingers, and I fucking hate it.
This is not healthy.
Yeah, you got that fucking right. This isn't healthy. Fucking gross is what it is. God, I know these parts of the show are important, but fuck, are they gross. Yolanda does end up saying, though, that she was mortified and embarrassed, which you should be.
I felt embarrassed for letting this go on for so long.
But Gordon Ramsay's not done investigating. He goes in to find even more food.
What is going on here?
Basically, all of their food is just leftovers. He goes in to find so much fucking food. I think at one point he accuses them of trying to feed like 1,000 people or something. There's so much fucking food back here.
I wasn't here on Saturday, but what were they expecting? Fucking 10,000 customers for lunch?
He ends up pulling out a ton of meat. He pulls out ground beef that's all stuck together. And there's a huge chunk of fat on the top of it.
Half of it's fucking fat, you idiot. It's fatter than you.
Fuck, he's funny. And Yolanda's loving every bit of Gordon Ramsay yelling at Vic. She loves this shit.
I felt satisfied that finally somebody called him out on his bullshit.
She's back there being like, thank God someone said it.
Oh, shit. What's that?
The bean.
Nobody should be eating here. Gordon Ramsay needs to fucking stop what he's doing and go shut down the restaurant so people stop eating. In between him finding food, we're just cutting to people jamming food in their fucking mouth, and you know it's all bad. So then now he ends up pouring out a bucket of beans. It just pours out like old cement. Just everything here is gross. Nothing in this restaurant is safe.
Are you fucking stupid?
Now I'm feeling like stupid.
There's a few times where Gordon Ramsay's like, you fucking idiot! And then you cut to him and he's like, I do feel like a fucking idiot.
Now I'm feeling like stupid.
But Gordon Ramsay finally finishes looking at all the refrigerators. He took out all the bad food he could find.
The fridge is full of shit.
Gordon Ramsay does end up yelling at Vic, though. He tells him that he's overstaffed, underworked, and that his food tastes like shit.
Shit food? I wouldn't trust you running a bar, let alone a fucking restaurant.
Fuck, don't tell that to John Taffer. But then Gordon ends up telling Vic that he clearly doesn't care about this building or the customers here. And Vic's like, yeah, I do. But, he fucking doesn't. But Gordon Ramsay's like, all right, then take these beans and go show everybody what they're eating. And he refuses, so Gordon Ramsay goes and takes out the beans to everybody else for himself. Gordon Ramsay spills the beans.
You don't care shit. No fucking way.
So Ramsay walks out with the bucket of beans, slams it on the table, knocking down forks and knives, and I think knocked over a chair and shit. And he's like, I'm shutting this place down. All of your food and drinks are paid for. Get the fuck out.
I'm so sorry. Close up. No bill anywhere.
And then while Vic cleans the restaurant, Gordon's actually going to have a talk with Yolanda about what's been happening with her daughter, Patty.
How did it start? Because something's blurring for me.
Yolanda says that her credit was all messed up, so they decided to use Patty's. Like, that's a good fucking excuse.
You and her are in the shit, my darling.
Yolanda says that she knows and that she feels really bad about it, and that sometimes she actually can't even sleep because of how bad she feels.
I know, sometimes I can't sleep at night.
But Gordon Ramsay does ask her the awkward question and says, do you even love Vic anymore? And she says, yeah, I do, but it's different now. And basically, like, if this place fails, we probably won't be together anymore.
If this doesn't work, I don't think you and I could be together anymore.
And then he asks her, like, if you had to pick, would you choose Patty or would you choose Vic?
Who's more important, your daughter or your husband?
And obviously, she chooses Patty.
My daughter.
Which I don't think Patty would even expect her to do that, but I think while watching this, you could tell she feels trapped here. She didn't actually choose to be doing this with Vic. She just kind of fell into doing this shit. I mean, she may have threw her daughter under the bus completely in the beginning, but, I feel like this was more Vic kind of pressuring her. At least that's how I took it. But so Gordon Ramsay ends up telling her that the best thing you could do for Patty right now is to get involved in this restaurant and turn this place around.
Oh, you tell me what to do.
Oh, shit. And then we meet fucking Patty's husband, Don, and it gets fucking crazy here. Apparently, he usually avoids the restaurant by just dropping off Patty. He doesn't go inside because him and Don don't get along. You'll see why here in a second.
He's really angry at me for getting involved.
They chit-chat a little bit though before Vic ends up getting there, and we learned that Don actually saw all this coming. He told Patty that all this was going to happen years ago, and she didn't believe him. She didn't think that her stepdad would do that.
He saw it coming, and I said, no, he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that.
And then, fucking Vic shows up, and he sees Don here, and he's like, what I see is just Patty's husband over there. That has nothing to do with the business. Like, he gets all snotty about it.
This is Patricia's husband. This is nothing to do in the business.
He walks over, he starts accusing him of not having a job just because fucking Don gets to go out and hunt and go fishing and shit like that, and I'm assuming Vic wants to and doesn't get to. I don't know.
You don't even have a job. I don't have a job. What are you doing?
We do end up learning, too, that Don paid Vic's mortgage, and that 1 month he paid over $50,000 for him.
I paid your mortgage here, you jerk off.
Vic does not seem thankful at all for anything Don has done for him. And then this is where Vic ends up making the big mistake of accusing Don of having no job. Like I said, he brings up his hunting and fishing, and he gets all pissy with him. And Don has the most amazing response ever to this.
In fact, I pay your bills too, bitch.
This guy's fucking crazy.
You can't start talking about that. You can't start telling that you can't.
This ain't even half this shit.
Yeah, fucking Vic was antagonizing the shit out of him. He wanted a fight to happen.
And he's probably going to be mad at me for putting him in a situation like this also. So in a way, I'm mad.
I understand Don being mad that he was put in that situation, but if he blames you for this, Patty, he's a fucking asshole. That's not your fault. If anything, it's Gordon Ramsay's fault and your dad's fault. People not communicating and, like, knowing that this was going to be a problem. That's the end, though. We'll see of Don. I don't believe he ever pops up in the episode again because of this. And then a little bit later, while Gordon Ramsay's coming up with a new game for everybody in the kitchen, he's going to have each of them make a burrito, and the best one gets to go on the menu and shit. But while he's doing that, he gets fucking attacked in the kitchen by cockroaches.
I couldn't do it because of these little fuckers here.
And then we get like a montage of just all the cockroaches in there. Jesus Christ. And then Gordon brings the family into the kitchen now, tells them about the game that they were gonna do, and is like, but I can't now because there's fucking cockroaches everywhere. So now I have to call an exterminator here, and now we're pushed back a whole fucking day.
We cannot open. I need an exterminator here.
But so then now Gordon Ramsay had to call an exterminator to get rid of those nasty cockroaches.
I'm fucking embarrassed
You
now.
should be fucking embarrassed.
Gordon and Vic end up arguing in the parking lot. Gordon Ramsay leaves and is like, I'm not coming back into there until this place is fucking clean, and you better go fucking clean it.
For some fucking pride.
Vic heads inside. He apologizes to Patty and Yolanda, and he says he didn't really mean to hurt their feelings. I think he just got a little hot-headed there. He probably saw Don and got all fucking hard and pissy. But so now it's the next day. The Fiesta Sunrise has no cockroaches. The place is spotless, so Gordon Ramsay can come back and actually show them some shit. He heads back inside and tells them that we cannot give up and that in just a few hours this place will be open for business. And then unfortunately, Gordon Ramsay didn't get to see this place run with the old menu's food, all that old bad shit, which, you know, I'm glad he didn't get to because that probably would have killed people. But so now he gets to see them work tonight with some fresh food.
Everything we prepped this morning, we cooked tonight, fresh.
And then unfortunately, not one of the 4 people working in the fucking kitchen know how to cook rice. Gordon Ramsay goes to look at it and it's all just balled together like a fucking meatball.
Like a fucking golf ball.
Because of this sets him back now. Now all 4 of the guys are figuring out how to make rice. Meanwhile, some people in the dining room are getting their food, some people are not. It's fucking funny though. At one point, this one dude's like, I finished my meal and these guys haven't even eaten yet. What the fuck's going on?
We're finished with our meals and the rest of our table hasn't even received their meals yet.
Now we're back into the kitchen. We see their broilers just dropping little bits of black food on top of everybody's food. It's real fucking tasty, I bet.
When was the last time the broiler was cleaned?
It didn't take very long, but Gordon Ramsay's now back to being confused as to what's going on in the kitchen.
What the fuck's happening?
And then now, because they're not getting food, some of the customers are actually leaving the restaurant because they're like, what the fuck is happening out here?
It's a joke. You going? You gonna just leave?
I cannot come to terms with what the fuck's happening.
And then later, Gordon ends up calling a staff meeting. He says that he's going to start using drastic measures now because he needs to come up with a new plan for them and maybe get a new expert.
I'm going back to New York City now. I have got to think of, an idea.
But so Gordon Ramsay went to New York, and then the next day he heads back to Fiesta Sunrise with his brand new plan for everybody. And then the next morning he tells them that he brought in an expert to help them out.
Say hello, please. Juliet Ballesteros.
And then after showing them that the kitchen's going to be in good hands now, he ends up bringing them to the dining room that's been remodeled.
Oh my God. Come through, come through, come through.
He tells them that they got rid of the clutter, the ugly white chairs. They pretty much changed everything in this place, but it does look a lot better. It looks way more professional now.
Chef Ramsay is unbelievable.
Everybody loves the new place. They seem to be a lot happier here.
I promise to you, after this, no more mistakes.
That's a big promise. I wouldn't promise that. And then he shows them their brand new menu that has a lot more simple food that makes it way easier to maintain standards.
I'm happy. Beautiful menu.
And then it's relaunch night now at Fiesta Sunrise. They have to prove now that they can run their restaurant with all the new shit Gordon Ramsay put in there.
I hope they can pull this off.
Julietta does say that all 4 chefs in the back room need guidance, but they are willing to learn, so that's good. And then with everything back there basically idiot-proof, they end up getting food still sent back because it's too cold.
Something's burning.
Yeah. They burned the nachos.
And you dildos burnt nachos? You can't fucking make nachos?
How the fuck do we burn nachos?
And then even though it's an absolute shit show in the kitchen, everybody in the dining room is pretty happy with the food that they're getting, surprisingly.
This is delicious.
And then Gordon Ramsay randomly gets a phone call that the mayor is actually coming to go eat here.
Mayor!
When anybody hears mayor, do you think of Back to the Future? I always do. Mayor!
We had the honor of having our local mayor visit us.
The mayor shows up and orders like Gordon Ramsay. He wants one of every appetizer.
We'll get one of each appetizer.
And the first appetizer he gets is a taquito, and the motherfucker doesn't know what a taquito is. He's like, what's this?
What is it?
Taquitos.
I'm coming back for those.
He does fucking like them. Everybody loves their taquitos. And then Gordon Ramsay has one last team meeting with everybody. He gives Vic his props though, tells him that he was great tonight after all that bullshit he put him through.
I was impressed with your performance tonight.
And then before Gordon Ramsay leaves, he takes everybody into the parking lot, shows them their brand new awning that says Fiesta Sunrise now, instead of Grill 303. That's not all either. He takes them to the side of the building, and painted up at the top of the building is their title up there, so everybody knows what restaurant they are no matter what side of the building they're looking at.
I'm not kissing you.
And that's the end of the episodes. You know what that means. And now it's update time, baby. Fiesta Sunrise closed in September of 2008. The restaurant was seized due to failure to pay taxes. Yikes. That's a big yikes right there. It was closed previously in July of 2007 for failing to pay taxes as well. Jesus Christ. Year after year, huh? The space was reopened as a machine tire shop, but this appears to have been closed as well. And then Patty's family owns a nearby Fiesta Mexico restaurant. Oh, well, good for Patty. Good for Patty. Or even though they closed, one more round of applause for Fiesta Sunrise, everybody. I hope Vic and Yolanda the best. Unless they did anything wrong, then fuck them. Alright, boys and girls, that's gonna be the end of this video, though. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching me yap about kitchen nightmares, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scouts. And remember, if Gordon Ramsay's coming to your restaurant, maybe try to do some, like, bug spraying before he shows up, or clean up your refrigerator, something. Fuck.
Are you fucking stupid?